Ooh-wee. Today we'll be discussing the Geissele Super Duty and what makes it my favorite gun for any sort of SHTF scenario. I went down a pretty deep rabbit hole looking for my SHTF rifle, and ultimately I landed here on the Super Duty, and I gotta tell you, I love it. If the world were turned upside down, I want a rifle that is reliable, accurate, compact, lightweight, easy to maintain, and nothing checks all those boxes quite like the AR-15 platform, let alone the Geissele Super Duty for me. Also, I want a rifle that's chambered in a cartridge that would be easy to find in a scarcity scenario. Nothing will be easy to find, but maybe the easiest. And in my opinion, nothing is more American than 5.56 and 223. So with that being said, let's go ahead and run through the setup. And for YouTube purposes, this gun is cleared. There is nothing in the magazine and also nothing in the chamber. So starting from the top, I got the HUXWRX FLOW can. For one, the Geissele Super Duty comes with the HUXWRX muzzle device installed from the factory. So adding the can to the gun was a breeze, just simply twisted it on. And one thing I love about the HUXWRX can is it actually tightens as it heatens. A lot of my direct thread cans, when I get to shooting them, they loosen up a little bit. But on the HUXWRX can, I've never had that issue. Again, the heat actually tightens the can due to whatever technology HUXWRX used in manufacturing these. For the light, we're running the SureFire Scout Pro along with the pressure pad. I've got RailScales along with Gear Aid wrap to help with some heat mitigation because this gun does run hot when you're shooting it. Most short barreled rifles do. Got the BCM hand stop as well. I could go ahead and put a vertical grip on here because it's an SBR, but I honestly prefer hand stops over vertical grips, just a preference. For the optic, I'm running an EOTech EXPS3 sitting on a Unity riser. Backup sights are Magpul Gen 3s. Got the Magpul stock here, of course. Since it's an SBR, it did come with an SB tactical brace from the manufacturer. And the brace is fairly comfortable. I just preferred to put a stock on. For the sling, I've got the Blue Force gear sling. I mean, can't be an SHTF gun without having a sling. And I'm running the T-Mag Magpul magazines. I just love the look of it. There is no specific reason aside from looks that I run the T-Mag. But some people do like the transparent magazines to help with ammo count also. So it's up to you, to each their own, but I really only added it for looks. MSRP on this gun is around $2,500. I know that's a little bit pricey, but to me, it's well worth it considering the fact that there was not much I had to do as far as the components on the gun, aside from just adding my preferred attachments to it with the light, the suppressor, and all that good stuff. Straight out of the box, a win for me is having the Geissele trigger installed. Ultimately, I put Geissele triggers in most of my compatible guns, so that had a huge impact on my decision to go ahead and get the Geissele AR. Saved me roughly around $300 to not have to install a Geissele trigger into any other manufacturer's gun. The charging handle is also something that was fairly impressive for me. I know it's nothing to write home about, it's just a charging handle, but it really feels quality and smooth to the touch. I do love the sandpaper feel to the grip as well. Out of the box, I just have to say that all of the components combined make this gun feel like a premium, high quality gun from front to back. I also love how compact it is. I chose the 10.3 inch barrel because I knew I was going to end up putting a suppressor on there. And honestly, when I think about an SHTF situation, I'm going to want a maneuverable compact setup, and the 10.3 inch barrel definitely aligns with my goals there. I know I'm sacrificing a little velocity by getting a shorter barrel, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make when it comes down to that. If I need to go long range, I'll have other guns for those options. So far, the reliability has been excellent as well. I've fired well over 500 rounds through this gun and have not had to do any additional maintenance to it. I did clean it before making this video, but up until this point, it's run like a dream. I've had no issues out of it, which is really impressive when I think about the carbon buildup from running suppressed. It was mucky, it was dirty, but it was still running like there were no issues. Something worth mentioning, and we did talk about it a little earlier, is that the rail on this gun does run hot. Around the second magazine, you will definitely feel that rise in heat on the rail. My recommendation would be to get some rail covers and maybe a wrap. That has helped tremendously with me, and honestly, I don't really feel the heat nearly as bad as I have in the past. Another thing worth mentioning is the sound suppression. Even with the suppressor, the 5.56 is gonna be loud in comparison to the calibers like 300 Blackout, in which you can run subsonic rounds. Due to the high velocity of 5.56, you're definitely gonna get that supersonic crack, and there's nothing that you can do about that. But that is something worth noting when it comes down to running the 5.56 suppressor. Overall, I've been extremely impressed with the Super Duty. It's compact, built with quality, and it runs reliably suppressed. After about 6 months with it, it's definitely cemented its spot as my top choice for an SHTF scenario. While Geissele was my choice, I do understand that a $2,500 gun may be a deal breaker for some. And in those situations, I would just recommend an AR-15 platform for shit hits the fan gun. There are several AR platforms to look into that have a better price point. For some recommendations, BCM makes a really good AR-15. Smith & Wesson does. Palmetto State Armory makes one of the best bang for your bucks ARs that I've ever experienced. So there are several options on the market below the $1,500 price point. So I'm curious to know what you think. If things went bad tomorrow, what would be your firearm of choice? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy honest reviews, make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned. Until next time, stay safe out there.